Hello viewers, welcome to Guru Sai Max. I am Padma. Now we are going to see 9th standard chapter 1 number systems in NCERT syllabus. Okay, we will see. Okay, natural numbers. I think natural numbers, whole numbers you have studied in lower classes. What is natural numbers? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. It's going on infinity. There is infinity. Natural numbers denoted by n, capital N. Then whole numbers. Whole numbers means what? Whole numbers is denoted by W. That is here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That is here natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and also including with 0. That is whole number. Then integers. Integers means what? Integers is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. going on and -1, -2, -3, -4, etc. going on. That is negative numbers and positive numbers including with a 0 are called integers. That is denoted by capital Z. Okay. Next one is a rational number. It is denoted by Q, capital Q. So rational number of the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers. Integers means what? Negative number, positive number including with a 0. But here Q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Why Q not equal to 0? Suppose Q equal to 0 means it is not defined. You see, any number divided by 0, any number 45 by 0, 2 by 0, 1 by 0 is not defined, But 0 by 2 equal to 0. Suppose 0 divided by any other number equal to 0. So, here P can equal to 0. P can be equal to 0. But Q not equal to 0 because it is not defined. Then irrational numbers. Next one is irrational numbers. It is denoted by capital S. That is a number which cannot be written in the form of P by Q. P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0 is called irrational numbers. Okay, that is example root 2, root 3, root 5, root 6 and 0.001, 0001, 001 and here going on. Okay, infinite numbers here. So, this is example of irrational numbers. It is not rational number. So, they are called irrational numbers. Okay. Then, real numbers. What is real numbers? It is denoted by R. So, the collection of all rational numbers and irrational numbers together make up a collection of real numbers. Okay, now we will move on. Exercise 1.1. The question number 1 is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q not equal to 0? So, is 0 a rational number? Yes, 0 is a rational number. Can you write it in the form P by Q? Yes, we can write because that is 0 divided by any number such as 0 by 2 equal to 0, 0 by 9 equal to 0, 0 by 7000 equal to 0, 0 by -7 equal to 0. So, we can write 0 as in the form P by Q. This is P by Q form. Isn't it a fraction form? So, we can write because we get the result is 0. So we write 0 and also 0 by 2. So nothing but 0 by 2 is equal to 0. So we can write 0 is a 0 by 2 we can write. So it is a rational number. So here asking, is 0 a rational number? Yes, 0 is a rational number because we can write 0 by 2, 0 by any number equal to 0. Okay? Okay, next sum is second sum. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. We know that there are infinite number of rational numbers between two rational numbers. Infinite number of rational numbers between two rational numbers. Infinite means going on. There is no limit. So here 3, 4. So we can write 3 by 1 by, comma 4 by 1 because it is rational number. So PBQ form we have to write. And then here between 3 and 4 there are infinite numbers, but we have to show PBQ form. So PBQ form means here no number. So that we multiply any number with any number we can multiply, but I am taking 10. So 1 into 10, 3 into 10, and also here 1 into 10, 4 into 10. So we get 30 by 10 and 40 by 10. You should multiply both numerator and denominator. You know that already you have studied. You want to multiply in denominator, you should also multiply with numerator. Okay. We get 30 by 10, 40 by 10. Now we can write 6 rational numbers between these two numbers. That is 30 by 10 means 31 by 10, 32 by 10, 33 by 10, 34 by 10, 35 by 10, 36 by 10. That is rational numbers, 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So that's all the answer. Okay, next sum is third sum. We move on. Find 5 rational numbers between 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. Here also 3 by 5, 4 by 5 between there are infinite numbers, but that is in decimal we can write, but in PBQ form we have to again multiply any number. I am taking 10, you can take 15, 20, any other number. Okay, now 10, 10 multiply 10, 10. So 30 by 50, 40 by 50 we can get. Now we can write between these two rational numbers asking 5. So 31 by 50, 32 by 50, 33 by 50, 34 by 50, 35 by 50. This is answer. That's all. Okay, we will move on next to sum. Fourth sum. State whether the following statements are true or false. Give reasons for your answers. First question is, every natural number is a whole number. Yes, true. Why? Because the collection of all natural numbers and 0 is a whole number. So natural numbers are including in whole numbers. So every natural number is a whole number. Yes, true. Next one is, every integer is a whole number. No, false. Why? Integers having negative numbers, but whole numbers only 0 and positive numbers. So every integer is not a whole number. Minus 1, minus 2 are integers, but minus 1, minus 2 are in the set of whole numbers. So false. And then every rational number is a whole number. Every rational number is a whole number. Rational number means what? PBQ form. That is fraction. It is a rational number. But it is not in the set of whole numbers because whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3. So fraction is not there. So every rational number is not a whole number. So false. Okay, we will move on exercise 1.2. Question number 1, state whether the statements are true or false. Justify your answer. So every irrational number is a real number. First question. Yes, true. Because all rational numbers and all irrational numbers form the group of real numbers. So every rational number is a real number. Every irrational number is also a real number. Okay, so true. Second question is, every point on the number line is of the form root m, where m is a natural number. So here see, number line means what? Here 0, 1, 2, 3 etc. minus 1, 2, 3 etc. is going on both sides. Here this statement is false because here root m is a natural number, but number line is given. So because no negative number can be the square root of any natural number. Here negative number is also there. But in natural number, only positive number. That is 1, 2, 3. So here m is a natural numbers is given. But here number line is also given. So no negative number can be the square root of any natural number. So this statement is false. Third one is, every real number is an irrational number. False. Because every real number is an irrational number. No, because real number means what? Rational number and irrational number form the group of real numbers. So there is rational number also. But here given every real number is an irrational number. So rational number also part of real number. So this is false. The next sum is question number 2. Are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? If not, give an example of the square root of a number that is a rational number. So, are the square roots of all positive integers irrational? No. Sometimes it will be rational number. You see, for example, root 4. Root 4 means what? Root 2 into 2. So, pair of two numbers, we should take one number outside from square root. So, root 4, the answer is 2. 2 means what? Rational number. Root 4 irrational, but the answer is 2 is a rational number. So, the square root of all positive integers irrational? No. Sometimes it will be rational also. Understand? Question number 3 is, show how root 5 can be represented on the number line. Okay, a root 5 is irrational number. It is non-terminating, non-recurring number. So, it cannot be plotted practically. So, we can use geometrically method to find length of root 5. Okay. So, let us take the horizontal line XOX dash as the x-axis. Mark O is its origin, that is 0. Then OA equal to 1 unit cutoff, and then AB equal to 1 unit. Therefore, OB equal to 2 units. So, OA equal to 1 unit, AB equal to 1 unit, therefore, OB equal to 2 units. And then you draw a perpendicular line BC to OX. Perpendicular line, that is 90 degree. So, cut off 1 unit from B. So, BC equal to 1 unit. And then since OBC is a right angle triangle. Why? It is right angle, that is perpendicular, no? That is 90 degrees. So, right angle triangle. So right angle triangle means we can use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem means what? Sum of the squares of the two sides. Sum of the squares of the two sides is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse means what? Opposite side of 90 degrees hypotenuse. That is longest side of the three sides. So that is, you see, OB square, that is two sides square, OB square, BC square. Sum means add. We should add. So OB square plus BC square equal to hypotenuse square OC square. So OB square plus BC square equal to OC square. OB square means here 2 units. So 2, and then BC means 1 equal to OC square. So 2 2s are 4 plus 1 equal to OC square. So OC square equal to 4 plus 1 5. So OC equal to root 5. So we have found OC is root 5. The length of OC is root 5. So what to do? Now with O as center, and OC is radius. O as center and OC as radius. Draw an arc. Intersecting OX at D. So OC equal to root 5. So same length OD. OC equal to OD. So OD also root 5. So now from O to D. So OD is the length of OD is root 5. So we measured root 5 on the number line. Understand? So therefore OD represents root 5 on XO X dash. Okay. I think you understood clearly. If you have any doubt, you ask in the comment box. Okay. Now we have finished 1.1 and 1.2 exercise. We will see 1.3 in next video. If you like my video, you like, share, comment and subscribe.